Hi, I'm Ben. I'm here to learn English.
And I'm Emma. I'm here to help.
Let's learn together.
Let's learn together. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ben. It's great to have you here again. Today, we've got a really interesting topic, culture and traditions.
Yeah, this one comes up all the time in IELTS speaking. It's something everyone can talk about, but a lot of people struggle to sound natural and organized.
Exactly. So today, we'll have a chat about it like normal friends do, but along the way, we'll give examples of how you could answer IELTS questions. No pressure, no memorized answers, just natural English.
Okay, let's start simple. Imagine the examiner asks, "What are some important traditions in your country?"
I'd say something like, one important tradition in my country is celebrating the New Year with family. People usually gather together, cook traditional dishes, and watch fireworks at midnight. It's all about spending time with loved ones and welcoming the new year with hope.
Nice and clear. You started with the main idea, added details, and then gave a feeling or purpose. That's a great three-part answer.
Yeah, it's a simple pattern you can use for most IELTS questions. Idea, example, feeling.
Totally. I might say, in my country, one of the biggest traditions is the Spring Festival. Families decorate their houses, visit relatives, and give small gifts to children. It's a way to show love and good wishes for the year ahead.
Perfect. You used great vocabulary like decorate, visit relatives, and give good wishes. It sounds warm and personal.
That's key. Keep it personal. Examiners love when you sound like a real human being, not a textbook.
Exactly. All right, let's try another one. Do you think traditional festivals are important?
I'd say yes, definitely. Traditional festivals are important because they connect people to their roots and remind us where we come from. They also help different generations spend time together and share the same values.
I love that. Connect people to their roots. That's a really natural phrase. You could also add, they give us a break from busy modern life to show contrast between old and new.
Good point. And don't forget to use linking words like because, also, and as a result. They make your ideas flow smoothly.
Let's go to a part 2 type question now. The cue card might say, describe a traditional celebration in your country.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say, well, a traditional celebration that I really enjoy is the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's usually celebrated in early autumn when the moon is the brightest. Families get together, eat mooncakes, and sometimes children carry lanterns. It's a time to appreciate family and nature. I love the peaceful feeling of sitting outside, watching the moon, and sharing stories.
That's beautiful, very descriptive. You mentioned when it happens, what people do, why it matters, and how you feel about it. That's exactly what the examiner looks for.
Right, and it's okay to sound emotional. Saying things like, "I love the atmosphere," or "it makes me feel calm," shows natural fluency.
Here's another IELTS question. How have traditions changed in your country over time?
Oh, yeah, that's a classic Part 3 one.
I'd answer, traditions have changed quite a lot because of modern technology and globalization. For example, in the past, people would visit relatives in person during festivals, but now many people just send messages or video call. Some people even order traditional food instead of cooking it themselves.
That's such a realistic answer, and it shows grammar variety too, past and present forms. You could even finish with the reflection. Even though things have changed, I think the meaning behind traditions is still the same.
Nice. That sounds balanced. It shows awareness, but also optimism.
All right, here's another question. Do you think it's important for young people to learn about traditional culture?
Absolutely. I'd say yes, I think it's really important because traditional culture teaches young people about respect, family values, and community spirit. If they forget these traditions, society might lose part of its identity.
That's a strong answer, emotional and logical at the same time. You can even add something like, schools could organize cultural events to help students understand their heritage. That makes it sound like you're suggesting ideas. Perfect for part 3.
Yeah, and that word heritage, examiners love it. It's precise and academic, but still natural.
Okay, let's relax a bit. What's one tradition you personally love?
For me, it's Sunday lunch with my family. Every Sunday, we gather, cook together, and just talk. It's simple but meaningful. It's the one day everyone slows down.
That's lovely. I think mine is decorating the house before big holidays. We play music, hang lights, and it really puts everyone in a good mood.
That's a great one. And you see, these small traditions are easy to talk about in IELTS. You don't need something huge, just describe it naturally with feeling.
Yeah, like if the question is, what traditions do you follow in your family? You can talk about family dinners, birthday customs, or how you celebrate something simple. The examiner wants to hear you, not a history lecture.
Exactly. All right, next question. How does culture influence people's behavior?
I'd say culture influences how people speak, dress, and even how they show politeness. For example, in some cultures, people bow to show respect, while in others, they shake hands or hug. These behaviors come from cultural values.
Perfect. You gave examples without judging any culture. You could also add, culture shapes our attitudes, like how we think about time, family, or success. That's a great way to sound deeper.
Yeah, and that's what part three questions are for, showing you can discuss ideas, not just describe them.
Exactly. Here's another. Do you think traditional culture will disappear in the future?
Hmm. I'd say I don't think it will disappear completely, but it might change. Technology and globalization make cultures mix, but people still hold on to their roots. I think traditions will continue in new forms, maybe digital, but still meaningful.
That's brilliant. You used phrases like in new forms and still meaningful, which show flexibility.
And it's positive. You're showing hope, not just fear of losing culture.
Yeah. Another question could be, how can we preserve traditional culture?
You could say governments can support cultural festivals and museums, schools can teach children about traditions, and families can keep practicing them at home. It's really a shared responsibility.
Excellent. That's structured and logical. You gave 3 points: government, schools, families. Very clear and easy to follow.
Right, and that's the secret in IELTS. Clarity. You don't have to use fancy words all the time. Just be clear, organized, and natural.
Exactly. Let's end with one more. What can people learn from visiting other cultures?
I love that question. I'd say when people visit other cultures, they learn tolerance, respect, and open mindedness. They realize there's more than one way to live or think. It also helps people appreciate their own culture more deeply.
That's perfect. Vocabulary like tolerance, open-mindedness, and appreciate are great for Band 8 or Band 9 answers.
And it's a wonderful message, too, that learning about culture is not just academic, it's emotional growth.
Absolutely. And remember, if you're practicing for IELTS, try recording yourself talking about these topics. Listen for how natural you sound and whether your ideas flow logically.
Yeah, and don't worry about being perfect. The goal is communication. The more naturally you speak, the more confident you'll become.
Exactly. And if you want to practice more, you can even pause this podcast and answer each question we discussed today out loud.
That's a great idea. All right, everyone, that's all for today's episode on culture and traditions. We hope you found it helpful and full of ideas for your IELTS speaking practice.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to follow the podcast for more English learning and IELTS practice topics.
Take care, everyone.
See you next time.